This is my recording for the assignment, and I have to wear these headphones in order to get the audio because of the way my computer works. You can see my slide on the right side. So I will start in just one moment. Change is the only constant in this world. The environment that organisms live in is always changing, and they must adapt or die. A common example of this is seasonal change, particularly for insects, who have evolved many different ways to avoid dying in the winter cold. My lab studies a newly characterized behavior in Drosophila melanogaster, that is the common fruit fly, where they hide away in dark areas to avoid cold temperatures, most likely as a way to find enclosed spots to hide in from the winter wind and snow. This has never before been seen in Drosophila, and so I am trying to find the basic causes of this behavior, which are still unknown, including the genes or parts of the fly's brain that might trigger this. This is important because if other insects share this photophobia, and they may very well, then we could potentially use this as the genetic tool to deal with populations of insects that are dangerous for human life and agriculture. Now, in my study, I place flies in a testing chamber, which has a dark portion and can be rapidly chilled, so the flies have to decide whether to rest in the light or dark when the temperature falls. Indeed, wild-type flies will rest in the dark area when the temperature gets lower. Now, in order to establish a baseline, I've compared control flies, marked with black on the graph, with flies that are completely blind, marked with a red line, because this behavior should only happen if the flies can actually tell the difference between light and dark. As expected, the blind flies show no change in their behavior, but the control flies, starting out at 70% in the light, go down to only 30% in the light as the temperature falls. This same assay can be used to find the genes that are involved in this behavior, because if a gene is shut down, and that gene is connected to the behavior, then the behavior should also be shut down, and the flies would choose to rest equally in the light or dark. And I'm currently testing a suite of genes in flies related to cold perception to find which one triggers this, which one actually is the root cause of this photophobia. Now, why do all this? Well, there's both scientific and practical benefits. This behavior may well be shared by other insects, especially because some of the genes involved in cold defenses and cold perception in insects are ancient and shared across a lot of insect lineages. So, this may very well exist in other insects and be used as a tool for other entomologists. But even more pragmatically, this may be shared by insects like mosquitoes that spread disease, or insects that destroy agriculture, and this can be a genetic tool against them. Imagine if we shut down the genes that are involved in this behavior in these more problematic insects, and we can reduce their populations by forcing them to go out into the winter cold and die. Alternatively, if there's a population of insects we want to support, we could maybe see if we can figure out a way to reinforce this kind of behavior and help reduce their winter deaths, which normally kill a huge amount of insects. So, adapt or die, maybe we can decide for them.